How do you run a monthly finance meeting?
Well, for us, the Donegans, our process is we put it in the diary. We schedule it so that we know it's on the last day of every single month. We choose a nice venue because my favourite thing is to go out for a nice breakfast.
You like breakfast?
I love it. So we go out for a nice breakfast, we bring our laptops, we do the figures, and we run our finance meeting. And it's actually one of the highlights of the month.
So you need to think, who are you going to do the meeting with? Are you going to do it with your partner? Are you going to do it with your friends? Are you going to do it with the whole family? It doesn't need to be someone that you have finances combined with or have anything to do with financially. Just find someone that is also wanting to track their finances and do it with them.
The second thought is, when are you going to do it? Are you going to do it a few days into the month so that you can track all of your spending? Are you going to do it right at the end of the month so you can measure your investments? When are you going to do it? Because one of the things we've learned about actually making things happen is if it's not in the calendar, if it's not in the diary, it's not going to happen. So schedule it and commit to it.
And make it a recurring thing so you don't have to have the willpower each month. You know that every 15th of the month that you're going to meet and do your finance meeting, whatever it is, but you've got it so that it's scheduled every single month from now until the end of time. And you can either go through the figures and collect them and collate them in the meeting itself, or you might want to do it ahead of time so that you've got everything ready to go.
We quite like the surprise of sitting there together in the cafe, doing the figures and going, are we making the right direction? Are we improving or not? It's fun. The things we actually look at in our meeting are firstly, net worth. So how much are you worth? And we wrote an article, which you can find a link to below, that describes how to track your net worth. Because if you're not measuring it, you don't know which direction you're going in.
Secondly, we look at our spending for the month. How much did we spend in total and how much did we spend in all sorts of different categories? So we have accommodation, we have eating out, groceries, clothes. Entertainment. The categories will be different for you, and come up with a list of maybe 10 at the most different categories. And then you want to see how much you spent in those categories and how it compared to last month and what the trend is over the months.
Which, if you know what you're spending and you know what you've got coming in, then you can work out your savings rate, which is a magic number that will tell you how many years you have to work until you can retire. So we always like to know, are we actually saving anything, or are we blowing everything we're making?
And one of the key things that we do every single time we do our meeting is we say, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? If you don't have a strong why and everyone's bought into it, then you won't do it regularly and you'll lose the excitement and you'll just stop doing it. So our why is we want to make sure that we are on top of our finances. We want to know where our money's going. We want to check that we're not overspending in certain areas, and we want to make sure that we're safe and secure financially, and that's really important to us, and that gives us the excitement to do our monthly finance meetings.
Which the big why that all leads to is the freedom to live life as we actually want to. If we can track our finances and look after them, we're free to do whatever we want to do. That's the why.
And there's some more detailed questions that we go through about our spending and about our net worth, which we'll put in the video description so that you can work through those during your meeting.
So get to it. Schedule your first meeting now. What are you waiting for?